Eric Mangini is joining me from Massachusetts, Cape Cod, or one of those ritzy islands via the Cowherd Global Satellite Network. So let's start with this. College football doesn't need it. Why does the NFL need 4 preseason games?
Well, first of all, college football typically is a much simpler approach to it. They don't run multiple coverages. They usually don't run multiple schemes, and that's one of the issues that you have with the young players coming in, is them having to get used to the volume of information and the volume of things that you're trying to do in pro football. So if you want a really, really simple game, you can cut it down. If you want a sloppy product early, you can cut it down. Each one of those games serves a function. I think, especially with the offseason we've had, if you put a new head coach and new coordinators into a situation where they're expected to make good decisions or be as effective as possible with shortened experiences and limited exposure, it's hard. They're already behind the 8 ball, and now you do that, and they're even further back.
The Rams said we're not going to make our starters take any snaps. They started that year 8-0, went to the Super Bowl. Is there an element to this that is just, we've always done it this way, let's keep it this way?
No, everybody tries different approaches each year, and sometimes you get lucky and the approach you take works out for you, and I think that's a situation that you're talking about there. But in that first game, you're just going through the mechanics of how you're going to operate during halftime, during pregame, with the coach to quarterback, with the booth to the sideline mechanics. There's so many things that you work out in the first game. And then you have that same element when you do your first away travel game. And the third game, you tend to play your guys a lot more. And the fourth game ends up being an evaluation game where you get to understand your roster. And you get to see how much those young players from game one who played a lot, how much they've grown into play forward. It helps establish the back end of the roster. It helps you establish the practice squad. If you don't think those things are important, then of course you can cut it down.
Yeah. Let me throw something out. You're the coach of the Browns today, and David Njoku wants to be traded. Talented, struggles to stay healthy, but super talented. Would you trade him? He just wants catches. He looks at the roster now and says, with Stefanski, I'm not going to get any catches.
Well, he doesn't know that. And this is a little bit like the Jamal Adams question. For a young administration coming in there, what precedent do they want to set? So a guy gets a little bit unhappy and demands a trade, and you trade him, well, that's the precedent that you set. So the next time somebody's unhappy and they demand a trade, they know that you'll accommodate it. And I think that's a slippery slope that you can get into. Last year he has 5 catches, about $500,000 a catch. The year before he has 56. Why not go and see what this system's about? Why not go and play with another really good tight end? That could end up helping him significantly. If the coverage gets pushed to the other tight ends, or the outside, you have a chance to be exceptional.
Yeah. By the way, I saw a column this morning. Cam Newton's going to be Randy Moss in New England, and I think people are forgetting Randy is maybe the most talented wide receiver. I think he is. He's the most talented wide receiver I've ever seen. Just in terms of raw talent, I've never seen anybody like him. You know firsthand the impact Randy Moss had. I don't see Cam as Randy Moss. Go back to Randy Moss. How great was he early?
Look, I blew that one big time. So he's playing in Oakland. He doesn't have a very good year. Gets traded to New England. Doesn't play in the preseason. We open with him, and he's 9 for 9, nine throws, 9 catches for 183 yards and a touchdown. So there is a boom or bust element to a guy like Randy Moss when he comes into that situation, and obviously that was a boom. And it's the same thing with Cam. Now I'll say there's a significant difference. Randy Moss had Tom Brady in the room, and he saw the way that Tom Brady was being coached. And when you see arguably the greatest quarterback of all time being coached hard, it's easier to accept a culture. Now with Tom not there and the quarterback being Cam, he's got to get used to that culture, and it is not for everybody. And if you're not used to hard coaching and you're not used to that environment, it is a shock to the system.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Is there a lot of yelling? Is that what it is? I mean, like when you say it's hard coaching, what does that mean?
Well, look, you'll hear guys say, like, why am I getting called out? Bill is going to point out all the mistakes. And some guys aren't used to the way that those mistakes are pointed out. It's not necessarily, hey, we'd really love for you to run this route at 12 yards. And then if you come slightly downhill, that would be fantastic. If you want to. It's a lot harder edge, and it's in front of everybody. And it's not just players. It's players. It's coaches. It's universal, but it's not wrong. You should point out those things. But oftentimes in the NFL, especially with bigger money guys or guys with bigger reputations, or however you want to phrase it, it's almost like you're asking them. People will ask them to do what's expected, and you're not getting asked there.
Yeah, you're getting told there.
Yeah, you're getting coached, and you're getting it, and it's for your own benefit. But guys will bow up, and it's hard, and it's every day. It's not going away. It's not like once a week. It's every day. You're going to be pushed as hard as they can push you.
Eric Mangini, Fox Sports NFL analyst. Enjoy your summer. Thanks again, Coach, for stopping by on late notice. Appreciate it.
All right, we'll see you, Colin.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.